What's up, everybody? Rob Barrington here, coming to you from the North American Bridge Championships in San Francisco, California. We have had a busy first 2 days of the championships, and we've crowned our first national title, and it's the Life Master Pair Champions. Let's take a look at today's bulletin and see who they are and get some other news. And then we're going to jump into a little quick look at the Soloway Knockouts, which are starting today after a 2-day Swiss session. I can't say that a few times in a row, where we saw some of the cream of the crop at the top, but also some contenders near the bottom. Should make for an exciting first few days as we try to sort out the actual true contenders for that prestigious event. So let's jump in and take a peek at what's happening here in San Francisco. Wooldridge and Hoskins claim the Nail Life Master Pairs. This 2-day Life Master Pair event saw the best partnerships in the world that weren't playing in the Soloway Knockouts vie for this prestigious pair title. And Joel Wooldridge, one of the best match point players on the planet, ships home another victory. This was the first national title for Hoskins. I don't know how many for Joel, but quite a few. Congratulations to that pair. And also right below that, you'll see a really nice story. The NAP Flight A named for Jan Martel. And I think this makes her the second person ever to have an event named after her while she's still hanging around, and one of the most important people in the bridge world, not only with the ACBL, the USBF, all throughout. She makes all of the stuff you see here, the view graph, and many other things go without a hitch. So congratulations, Jan. Well-deserved honor for you. And more news here. Ishmael Del Monte, rest in peace, 1972 to 2025. A true gentleman of the game. Unfortunate passing, but a nice article about him as well. So let's jump in, folks, and take a look at the other big event that's been going on for these first 2 days, and that was the Soloway Knockout Teams. And here it is, folks. Here is your bracket for the Soloway. Now, this is a relatively new event that's been added to the calendar within the last few years, and it is a fantastic one. It starts off at the very beginning on Friday, the first day of the tournament, with a 2-day Swiss event. So there were, I believe, 80-something teams that signed up, but only 32 qualify. So a full 2-day Swiss to determine who gets into the field. And then the bracket is seeded, interestingly, because it's 75% your result from that 2-day Swiss and only 25% for seeding points for you, which means that the teams that are absolutely amazing historically, if they come in like 32nd, they're 75% kind of weighted that way and 25% towards their massive seeding points. So you get some interesting matchups. I want to take a look at some of the top seeds, obviously, some of the favorites of the events, but also some of the teams that we should be watching out for, see if they can make a charge. And the next few days will tell. We're starting with 32 today, which is Sunday, and we will get down to the finals, which will be Thursday morning and afternoon. Each day, we're going to bring you a little bit of a highlight show and then the final segment of the early round. So you're going to see the last segment of all the rounds up until the finals, which we're going to bring almost the entirety of the finals match to you live. So we're going to have, bits and pieces and great highlights and finishes for the first several rounds, and then we're going to have the full final shebang for you on Thursday. So let's take a look at the bracket as it exists. You'll see the top 2 seeds. You have Nickel number 1. It looks like Da Vinci number 2, Street 3, Fleischer 4. And the rest of the teams in here are scattered about, but there are no bad teams. You had to get through a massive number. In fact, we'll show you a couple of amazing teams did not even make it into this round of 32. So let's take a look at the favorites, the top team, and also, in my opinion, some of the teams we should be watching. And if my opinion means anything, especially if it's Sunday, so it's fantasy football day, all of my picks are probably going to lose in the first round. But towards the end of this, folks, I'm going to give you a little peek into the live action that's going on here, and we'll see how you can access it when we're not live, and also where to go when we are live, bringing you all of that commentary that you guys like so much. So let's jump in. Let's look first at the top seed, Nickel. Here's your number 1 seed, folks. They do not need too much of an introduction. This is one of the best teams historically. you have Nickel, Greco, Hampson, Levin Weinstein, and Nickel Katz. Apologies for these pictures came right from the ACBL website, so this is what I have, folks. I'll try to get updated pictures for everybody. Nick Nickel, he's the best looking guy of the group, so don't worry, you'll find him at some point. But this is the team. I believe they were just in first place anyway, and they have oodles of seeding points. So not a surprising first seed, and they're the team to beat in this event for sure. So 1 versus 32. This is a clear one. You would say a clear favorite to move on to the next round, but a couple of other favorites near the top of the list. I think these two teams are teams to deal with in this event for sure. You have the Leonardon team, which is Compton and Leonardon. You have Hurd Bathurst coming off their World Championship run, and the ever-dangerous Cragnac Demouy doing well so far in the event. I believe they qualified third. Lots of seeding points, lots of experience, and lots of very nice recent results for these teams. Fleischer as well, guys. They also need no introduction. And look at the current makeup of this team. It's the beauty of this event and all these events at the Nationals is you get an international bunch of people on the same team. So you have the Italians, Versace Cementa, you have Lorenzini and Bassis, great French pair, and of course the Hall of Famers Martel and Fleischer. What a team, and clearly these are two teams to watch, two favorites of the event. And let's look at two favorites of usual events that didn't make it into the round of 32. Surprise knockout, proof of how tough this event is. Here we go, folks, out of the tournament. Zimmerman out. They actually did, I believe, had a decent result in the Europeans. They didn't have a great World Championships, and now out after the Swiss in the Soloway. This team is, I believe, towards the end of its makeup. I think they're kind of breaking up at this point, but unfortunate for them, out of this event. But again, one of the greatest teams in recent history for sure. Surprise out. And Rubenstein, what a makeup of this team as well. Super surprised that they're out. We'll see what they do for the rest of the tournament. But unfortunate, guys, just a disappointing start for these two teams. Proof, though, of the parity in bridge and how some great teams can surprise you and not make it to the rounds that you expect them to. Let's take a look at some teams that I believe are due to upset their opponents in this first round. Let's take a look at teams that are starting out lower seeded but have a chance to move up and certainly a chance to do well in this event and possibly win it. Okay, so not all of these would be upsets. And I happen to love this page because the pictures on this page are hilarious. They're from so long ago for most of these people that they look very funny, especially like the Adam Grossack on top, Madala, Bilda on the top, Dennis. These guys clearly are much older than they look here. I give credit to Sartaj Hans and Andy Hung. I think they have the most up-to-date pictures on this page. But what I have here are three teams that I'm watching, and two of which are lower seeded in the first round, Lebowitz and Rosenthal. And Lebowitz is just stacked with talent, a very international team. Adam Grossack of his World Championship run, and Dennis Bilda, who is second in the World Championships. Madala, a dangerous player on any team in any situation. Lebowitz and the Rimstead brothers, world champion players themselves. So huge amount of talent on this team. Currently seeded, I believe, 21st, and they're playing, I believe, Rosenberg, I believe. So a good match to watch and a team that could overcome, a low seed. And again, this is win in advance, folks. So if you're in, you can win this event. Rosenthal on the bottom, another team lower seeded that has a ton of talent. Rosenthal Silverstein, a long-term pair coming off a world championship run in the BAM as well with Chris Walenkin on that team. And then the international feel as well, the Danish pair, Baki and Schultz. I believe they're Danish. I could be wrong. And if I am, I apologize. And then Boye on this team as well. And I'm sorry, I'm a homer, so Shuri is a team that I'm looking at. And it's a new construction of this team. My buddy Gavin with Raj Shuri, and then Wibley and Edgerton and Hans and Hung. I feel this team, especially Hans and Hung, have been just running really good, playing super well. Lots of good results. So anything can happen. And as I said, folks, I'm relatively new to the bridge handicapping game, but these are my thoughts at this moment. And now let me show you how you can watch the action, folks, with me and also on your own when we're not live on our YouTube channel. Here's how you can connect with us, people. Okay, so when we are not live on our YouTube channel, which I'm going to show you how you're going to know when we're live on our YouTube channel in a moment, you're going to be able to watch the bridge that's going on if you go to kibitz.realbridge.online. And I'm going to show you how to do that. This is my action moment of the broadcast. I'm going to move this mic out of the way. I just need to type this into my browser, which I'm going to do right now. I'm just going to show you which page you're going to be seeing. Here we go. And it's simply kibitz.realbridge.online. I'm going to let it autofill. It'll ask you to just put your name in. I have mine auto-filled in as Rob B. I think that will suffice. And boom, shakalaka, I am in. And let me show you, if I can grab my mouse here, I have a beautiful view of the things that are coming up. And the thing right on top is what's going on right now. Let's click that and find our way into our kibitzer spot and take a look, folks. These are the tables you have available, and let's take a look at the Rimstead brothers. I'm going to click right in the middle of that table, and bingo, I'm in. I'm watching bridge, and there we have it, folks. That's how you're going to watch when we are not live. You can take a look around this spot. You can do certain things to kind of help out. I think you can figure out how to hide hands if you want to look at one hand or the other. You can just watch like we're watching here with full information. But here is the site. You're going to go to kibitz.realbridge.online, and notice I can back out, pop into another table. Bingo, I'm watching what's going on there. So multiple matches going on, and as we get down towards those final days of this event, we are going to see quite a bit of action at the tables and all the teams that we want to see. It does say Soloway quarterfinal. This is the round of 32, so we're a little bit away from the quarterfinal, but you catch the drift, folks. These guys are playing right now. In fact, probably in a couple of rooms over from me here. And this is how you're going to take a look at the action when we are not live on YouTube. But when we're live on YouTube, you're just going to have to do one thing, folks. Go to our YouTube channel and join in the action. And you can get to our YouTube channel in a bunch of easy ways. And let me show you how to do that. I'm going to show you the simplest possible way to do it right now. I'm actually still at the RealBridge site, but I've popped into my address bar, and I'm just going to type in ACBL YouTube. It's just any search engine here. And let me show you what I mean. ACBL YouTube. Boom. It's going to take that right at the top of the results. You can just click on over to there. And there's your page. It's gonna bring up a quick lesson that you can interact with. But below this, you will see all of the live stuff and everything that's coming up. In fact, it looks like we have 2 people waiting for the broadcast later on tonight. Again, we're going to bring you all of the live broadcasts as they happen in the last segment. We're going to start about an hour before the last segment begins and bring you highlights from the day. Then we're going to catch up with the teams that are vying to move on to the next round, get some close match sweats, and then do it again the next day. And we'll bring the finals of these events live in their entirety to you on this YouTube channel. So this is one way to do it. And when you get here, folks, the easiest way to continue to know when we're going to be live is you're just going to subscribe. You can also type in bridgecast.org, and that will bring you to the ACBL page as well. And once you get here, folks, you'll see something right at the top, but right below, if we are live, we will be right here. And if we've done something live, last night we did a little sneak preview show. Honestly, just a quick test of our technology to make sure it was working, and that's right there for you. And the rest will be bang, bang, bang. We will be live. And then if you can't join live, folks, you can watch our view afterwards. It won't be like 12 hours like last time. It'll be a nice couple of hours worth of good bridge highlights and bringing home the finish of the excitement of the Soloway. So thank you so much, folks, and hope to see you live. Again, subscribe here, bridgecast.org. any way you want to get here. ACBL YouTube, if you Google that, you'll find it. Hop on in, join us, and see the excitement as we see it. Thanks so much, folks, and I will be back with another update video tomorrow. Have a great time here if you're in San Francisco, and if not, enjoy the action we bring to you from our signature events, and join us next time. All right, see you later, folks.